What's happening with the Mark 8?
Some stage 2 ethanol, E62, E65 in the tank. See how much power we can make on the stock turbo before we put our Garrett 2260S on it.
Any TCU updates that everybody's asking about?
Yes. Well, we have thrown it back on the dyno. We had the car on the dyno, it would have been for stage 2, 93 octane, made 330 wheel horsepower and 385 foot-pounds of torque on pump gas, super good. And then some months went past, we did some TCU development, and then now we're back on the dyno because we're in between development cars. And so we're going to do some stage 2 ethanol. So right now we have E62, E65 in the tank. And we're just going to start doing some test runs and see how much power we can make on the stock turbo before we put our Garrett 2260S on it. Well, just need to get our fueling maps ironed out before we can start adding power. So, not too bad.
Not too bad though.
Baby steps. Right? You have to learn to, what's the saying? Learn to crawl before you can...
Learn to walk before you can run?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but in this case we need to learn how to crawl before we run. I don't know. It's fine. When we finished up the E85 tune on the Mark 8 GTI, we made on our dyno 300 and... Oh, I better do the speed limit, huh? We made 370 horsepower and like 447 foot-pounds of torque on our Dynapack, hub-dyno. And then just over a year ago, I think, it was like J-Man's first day, right? Yeah. We went to Racing Grid after we did our stage 1 91 tune, just to do like a dyno comparison. And the car made 30 more wheel horsepower on that dyno, but I'm not going to open up that Pandora's box of dyno numbers and whatever. But we're just going back to Racing Grid today just to see what the car makes on their dyno. So I'm expecting around 30 wheel horsepower more. Similar torque based on what happened last time. And yeah, so just do that.
Is this car fast now?
It is, but it's also kind of useless because it's front wheel drive. Like third gear rolling burnout in the dry. It's stupid. It needs drag slicks.
Maybe for the spring.
Yeah. Hey, locally, a lot of like Audi, Volkswagen guys, some local YouTubers kind of use this dyno as a benchmark to test like our competitors' tunes. So for us, it's a good verification just to see how our tunes stack up against the competition on the same dyno, right? Dynos read differently, so for us, it's just to see if we're in the ballpark, better, worse, and then for the local customers, they can use that as a comparison as well, because obviously we're filming it. So it's hopefully not biased. We're not going around saying, oh, you know, ours is better because it reads this or whatever. We'll take it to the same dyno everybody else uses for their MK8 GTI or the Audi or whatever it be. Well, it didn't do the same as last time. It made exactly the same, basically, within 1 or 2 horsepower as our Dynapack. Which goes back to my point a year ago, is like, a dyno is just a tuning tool. The numbers are arbitrary, really. Like, draggy, like, times is probably a better indication of how much power the car has, or quarter mile times, more than anything.
All right, we're all done at Racing Greed. Did it do well? Did it do what you had hoped or expected?
Different result than was anticipating, I guess. Yeah, different result. I mean, it would have been nice if it made 30 more like it did last time, but at least it made the same, I guess.
And it did 370
and 447 foot-pounds of torque. It's spicy.
Still good power.
Oh, great power. Like, the guy at the Racing Breed was very impressed with how much torque it made, especially because it's just a downpipe intercooler and E70. It's a lot. All in all, pretty good. It's nice to just get that out of the way and done, because now we're going to put the Garrett Power Max 1 on and make a bucket load of power.
Hey, what about the TCU tune we're all been waiting on?
Oh, J-Man.
People want to know.
People want to know.
It's not coming.
Why?
Because everyone complained that they didn't want to change a hard part.
What was the hard part?
Well, we didn't really allude to it, I guess, but you would have to.
We had some customers.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't really say, but we teased it, and so you would have to change the bootloader. So basically, means you would have to replace the mechatronic unit, like pull it out, change the bootloader, and then put it back together. So semi-invasive, in my opinion, no more invasive than doing a turbo upgrade or a downpipe. You're just changing a hard part, and it really isn't a big deal on these. You could have it done in start to finish in probably 2 hours. But there was a lot of people saying, "Oh, I don't want to do that. That's not, not a good method." Which, yes, it's not ideal, but currently is the only solution.
Yeah.
So we saw those people say that, and we decided we'll just wait. There's no point releasing something.
If no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah, like, basically, so we've just shelved it.
We'll be running this TCU tune at the drag strip.
Oh, for sure. We can now change, our launch launch control RPM and change our boost pressure and launch and all sorts of fun stuff. So.
Are you Reese?
Yes. Before we go through the drive-through, what does everyone want?
Grande peppermint mocha, no whip.
Oh,
Do
really?
they have those?
Really?
Really.
Really?
still
You're
have
gonna
them?
make me order a grande peppermint
I'll have
mocha?
one too.
What's it called? You can just
You
shout
don't,
it across.
you don't like it. You don't like them. You
No.
had one and it gave you heartburn.
Yeah, it does give me heartburn. You can just shout across. I'm not doing that.
You just say grande peppermint mocha.